Welcome back to Legends May Live, where we dive into the strange, the unexplained, and the downright chilling. I'm Drew, and today we're heading into the remote mountains of northern Pakistan, where whispers of a mysterious creature have captured the imaginations of locals and researchers alike. It's called the Barmanou, or the Wild Man, and while some call it legends, others are convinced it's very real. So turn down the lights, settle in, and let's explore the strange world of the Barmanou. Alright, let's set the stage. Imagine a place where towering peaks scrape the sky, where valleys are wrapped in mist and the air feels ancient. The Hindu Kush mountains are vast, rugged, and isolated, a perfect place for a creature to remain hidden from modern eyes. For centuries, locals have told stories of the Barmanou, a bipedal humanoid figure covered in thick reddish-brown hair. Its face is almost human, with piercing eyes that some describe as intelligent or even knowing. And then there are the sounds that it makes: deep, guttural, and some say hauntingly similar to human speech. But is it just a myth? Let me tell you about a few encounters that might make you think twice. Our first story comes from a young shepherd named Amir. He was tending his flocks in the mountains near Chitral. It was a cold, quiet evening, and his sheep grazed near the edge of a dense forest. Amir had done this 100 times before, but that night, something felt different. Suddenly, a sound shattered the stillness, a deep, guttural noise, like nothing he had ever heard. Not a wolf, not a leopard. It was something else entirely. Amir froze, his heart pounding as he scanned the tree line, and then he saw it. Standing there, partially hidden in the shadows, was a massive figure covered in reddish-brown hair. It stood upright, like a man, but its size and bulk were otherworldly. Amir swears its eyes locked with his, and for a moment they just stared at one another. Then, with a sudden burst of speed, the creature turned and disappeared into the woods, leaving Amir trembling. When he returned to the village, the elders weren't surprised. They told him, "That was the Barmanou. You're lucky it didn't take you." You see, according to local lore, the Barmanou has a darker side. Some say it's been known to abduct people, especially women, dragging them into the mountains, never to return. Fast forward to the 1990s. A Spanish zoologist named Jordi Magraner was so intrigued by the stories of the Barmanou that he decided to investigate. He traveled to the Hindu Kush, interviewing shepherds and villagers who'd sworn they'd seen the creature. He even brought illustrations of primates and ancient hominids to help witnesses describe what they had seen. Time and again, they pointed to the most human-like images, describing a creature that walked upright and had an almost human face. But Jordy's most chilling experience came one night in the Shishiku Valley. While camping with his team, he heard it: deep, guttural sounds echoing through the darkness. The noises were rhythmic, almost as if something was trying to communicate. Jordy, a trained zoologist, knew these weren't the calls of any known animal. The team sat frozen, listening, but the creature never revealed itself. Though Jordy found no definitive proof, he became convinced that something unusual was out there. Tragically, his work was cut short when he was murdered in Pakistan in 2002. His death remains unsolved, adding an air of mystery to this already haunting research. And finally, let's talk about an encounter from the Kohistan district, another hotspot for Barmanou sightings. A group of nomadic Gujar shepherds was camping in high-altitude pasture. Late one night, one of the shepherds stepped out of his tent to check on the goats. He carried a lantern. Its flickering light could barely cut through the darkness. As he approached the edge of the camp, he saw it. A towering figure stood among the boulders, its body covered in thick hair, its eyes glowing faintly in the lantern's light. The shepherd froze, too terrified to move. Slowly he backed away, calling for the others. By the time they had arrived, the creature had vanished, leaving behind massive footprints in the soft earth. The next morning they followed the tracks, but they ended abruptly at the base of a steep cliff. It was as if the creature had climbed straight up the rock face, or vanished into thin air. To this day, the Gujar of Koshsistan speak of the Barmanou with a mix of fear and reverence, treating the wilderness as its sacred domain. So what do you think? Is the Barmanou just a story, a figment of imagination conjured by isolated villages? Or could it be something more? A relic of a bygone era, still clinging to the hidden corners of the earth? Whatever the case, the Barmanou reminds us that the world is vast, mysterious, and full of surprises. And who knows, if you ever find yourself wandering in the Hindu Kush and hear a guttural call in the distance, well, let's just hope it's the wind.